Good evening. This is the news. First, our top stories. United Nations Regional Director on Governance and Peace Building in Africa calls on the Vice President. Witnesses at the Janet Commission clarify issues surrounding the sale of Karaba Beach Hotel. Zimbabwe's embattled leader refuses to step down despite pressure from his ZANU-PF party. And the Arab League warns Iran not to intervene in the national affairs of its member states. Well, viewers, those are the headlines. A delegation of United Nations officials, headed by the Regional Director on Governance and Peace Building in Africa, Monday paid a courtesy call on Vice President Adja Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang. The delegation briefed the Vice President on the UN recent support to the government's reform programs in building a vibrant public service. Let's take a listen.
To give an update on the discussion we had with the Parliament, but we've also come to check in terms of the discussion with the Cabinet during the retreat 6 months ago, and then to look forward to supporting the Cabinet to do a reflection on the outcome of that retreat, but also how to take all the development issues for the Gambia forward for the people of this wonderful country. So we were delighted to see that in those 6 months, some fascinating issues have been addressed in the Gambia. There's more confidence. We know that the problems will not go away. The legacies of 22 years cannot be eroded in 6 months. What is important from a United Nations perspective is a sense of hope and a sense of opportunity. The people of the Gambia will have hope that the government is listening and addressing their needs.
The UN is providing valuable support to make sure that the developments in the post 2016 electoral period that we help steer the country towards durable stability and sustainable development.
On the sidelines of the investment forum organized by the Investment Corporation of Dubai, cabinet ministers invited potential investors to the Gambia to tap the huge potentials and opportunities the country offers. This took the form of a roundtable discussion where they were exposed to various sectors currently available for investment and the favorable political climate that remains the cornerstone of the Barrow administration's effort to rebrand the Gambia. As we hear in this report by Mamadou Jallow, government is leaving no stone unturned in its efforts to reach out to the rest of the world.
Ministers and the Secretary General sat at the head of the business forum that sought to expose these potential investors to the Gambia and what it offers. After more than 2 decades of isolation, the government is now keen to open up the country to the outside world. This is a massive undertaking, but there is optimism amongst these officials that it is possible, given the current political climate that prioritizes investment in the productive and service sectors of the economy. The Minister of Trade, Industry and Regional Integration, Dr. Aïssatou Touré, said government has formulated the necessary policy framework through its investment agency, GAIPA, to fast-track investments in any sector of the economy.
GAIPA is the gateway to the Gambia's investment forum. Whatever you can do, if you pass through GAIPA, if you will be given all the technical support and guidance. You get to the office of the president, you will be guided also through the right channel to come to GAIPA to be able to do business with the Gambia. We have agreed to deal with certain the pillars of democracy, human rights, freedom of expression, and protection of investors in the Gambia. And I am assuring you that with the emergence of the new Gambia, the investment environment is very, 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 very supportive of investors.
The tourism sector has already seen a marked increase in investments, and according to Hamad Ba, a passionate advocate of investment in this sector, the Gambia is poised for more as it offers unparalleled benefits compared to other countries in the sub-region.
We are going for an up-market tourism, not negating the low market. Because we're one of the most beautiful beaches you can find in the world by the Atlantic Ocean. We have a lot of things to offer. Over 550 different species of birds. One of the most mild climate you can find in the world. Never too hot, never too cold. The issue of visas. We're going to look into that to make sure that you can easily get to the Gambia without being hustled about that issue of the visa. What's happening in the world today? You get visa upon arrival, electronic visa. We are looking into all that. In the next couple of weeks, all these things will be implemented. So what we are saying, come and invest in our country. We lack international brand hotels that would attract and put the image of our country higher there. Why don't you come and explore the possibility? We give you the land on concessionary basis. We give you tax holidays. We give you all the facilities which GAIPA is going to talk to you about.
The government is also working to attract investments in infrastructure such as roads, sea and airport. This was revealed by the Minister of Works, Construction and Infrastructure, Bailamin Job, who outlined government's 10-year strategy to attract $300 to $500 million worth of investments annually.
In our new policy, there is something that we are looking for, that is a balanced partnership, a win-win situation, and our President said it yesterday. We are looking for investments that will work with our local enterprises to build their capacity, as well as give them opportunity to expand themselves. We are also looking from this investment employment creation, which is one of our problems. So these are key areas that our policies are going to cover, and we hope you are agreeable to this, because, I mean, any investment that comes to a country is looking to win, but also your target, they're also looking to win.
The service demands on the seaport and the Banjul International Airport, according to the Minister, are increasing, and urgent actions need to be taken to meet these demands. One company that has expressed interest in investing in the ports is DP World, which operates and manages over 70 seaports across the world. The CEO of the company, Sultan Ahmed bin Salayem, underscored his readiness to invest in the Gambia Ports Authority. He was speaking after hosting a lunch in honor of the President and delegation at one of the hotels in Dubai. The Gambia is looking to replicate Dubai's success story as a haven for investments, and has taken the first step by reaching out to some of the most prominent companies that made this city-state what it is today. Now the President and his ministers are hoping that this visit will mark a turning point in the Gambia's efforts to chart a new future for the country and its people. Mohamed Diallo, GRTS News.
Meanwhile, the Vice President earlier presided over the opening of the 19th World Customs Organization Experts Meeting for West and Central Africa, underway in Banjul. The three-day event will review the organization's activities and chart the way forward to boost trade in Africa. Ibrahim Asane tells us more.
Speaking at the opening ceremony, the Vice President Aja Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang stressed the importance of a robust customs framework to economic development.
Our responsibility is to operationalize the trade agreements. In Africa, our challenge is not adopting policies and regulations. Our challenge is to operationalize those instruments so that there is compliance. Without operationalization, it would be difficult to know whether or not we are compliant. So this is one area, listening from the previous speakers. We are here today as a forum to review what we have achieved, what the challenges are, and to map out the way forward.
She urged the participants to identify challenges and put in place proper modalities to remedy them. Madam Tambajang called on governments to operationalize policies being put in place by customs experts to remove trade barriers between states for the advancement of Africa.
Customs is everybody's business, just like gender and the environment is everybody's business. It is the business of accountability. It's incumbent on every individual. If you are not a trader, you must be a traveler. If you are not a traveler, you have indirectly people who are entrepreneurs in your families. ensuring accountability in terms of paying your taxes at the borders is fundamental. Good governance must be the pillar of our Western and Central African region.
The Commissioner General of GRA, Yankuba Dabo, said customs administration in the region is endeavoring to meet the demands arising from globalization. Capacity building and cooperation between the member states is key to improving the continent's customs sector.
You will agree with me that the customs administration in the region and beyond have done to task in coping with the demands arising from the globalization of the trade in the 21st century. This, therefore, requires capacity building, cordial working relationship, and full cooperation of all stakeholders, including international security agencies and governments within our regions. Furthermore, other important areas that require the attention of the customs administration include protecting our borders from illicit trade, ensure trade facilitation, international terrorism, and protection of the environment, among other things.
Ansumana Ture of the Ministry of Finance challenged the participants to come up with robust policies to enhance trans-border movement of goods and services. The Vice Chair, West and Central Africa Region, Asadu Malan, and a representative of the World Customs Organization, Suleiman Sankare, called for more private-public partnership for better service delivery. Ibrahim Ensane, GRTS News.
The coordinator of MA Karafi, Momodu Lamin Sonko, on Monday reappeared before the Janneh Commission to clarify issues regarding the sale of Karaba Beach Hotel. Marian Jai was following the proceedings.
According to Mr. Sonko, the evidence given by Lanconte that Amadou Samba was involved in the transactions of selling the hotel was correct. He said he himself went with Amadou Samba to Standard Chartered Bank in relation to the sale of the hotel.
Let me explain the sequence of events. This thing took about a week or 10 days, the preparation of this documentation. And there was, whatever made Samba prepare. First of all, I've never met Edward Gomis in this transaction. Completely. I've never met him there. I've never seen him during this transaction. So I don't know how come he is on this paper, There were drafts prepared and we will send it to Dr. Hassanin, our legal team.
There were drafts prepared by who?
Prepared by Mary Samba in her office. She would prepare drafts and we will send them for legal advice and then they would send them back and so on. So when we finally had a document for signature, Amadou Samba's name was there for signing. He signed. A day later they said no, it's supposed to be signed by Yaya Jammeh himself. So we changed. And then brought the document with Yaya Jammeh's name. They went, but he didn't sign. And then they came with the third document, with Catherine Tamba. And then when we signed, they said, okay, they take it as Yaya Jammeh's auntie. That's what they said. Mary Samba and Amadou Samba. They were all there.
Mr. Sonko further alleged that Mr. Samba's sister, lawyer Mary Samba, demanded a sum of $15,000 from M.A. Karafi to prepare the sales agreement of Karaba Hotel.
Samba wrote to us asking for her fees of $15,000. And we wrote back to say, we are not supposed to pay you, but we will give you ex gratia $5,000 just for, thanking you. Because we are not supposed to pay you. But this is non-negotiable. She wrote back to say, her fees are non-negotiable. As far as she's concerned, it's $15,000. She will either get that money or she'll go to court. So we brainstormed among ourselves, had the discussion, and then we agreed that, okay, let us offer her, $10,000, but let us start with 8. So during the brainstorming, we agreed that, okay, we agreed to offer 10,000, but started with 8. And a letter was sent by the area manager to the group MD in South Africa, for Africa, So he, and in this letter to the MD, it is mentioned, and it was faxed because there was a fax report attached to it in 2004. Okay, what was mentioned in this letter is, okay, now we can offer this lady 10,000, but let's start with 8.
The commission asked Mamadou Lamin Sonko to produce more documents with regards to the sale of the hotel. Sittings will continue tomorrow. Marian Jai Ajayi, GR.
A country portfolio performance review for World Bank funded projects has ranked the Gambia's performance high among the ECOWAS bloc. GRTS's Babka Kamara has the details.
The regular forum meant to discuss the World Bank country portfolio performance, and the Gambia over the years has been noticeable with key objectives.
The objective of the review is to ensure good performance of the active projects that currently we have in the portfolio. And this objective could only be achieved through a consultative process when you as an implementers actively contribute by identifying the constraints that portfolio faces and also proposing possible solutions and ways to address these constraints.
It is important that if the portfolio performance has improved, then the World Bank will be in a better position to scale up the results envelope for the government of the Gambia.
The World Bank statistics speaks for itself, ranking the Gambia as a high performer within the ECOWAS sub-region, a commitment that continues to make its mark on vital sectors of the country's development, despite shortfalls on some projects.
As we speak, the World Bank portfolio currently consists of national projects and also regional projects. The sectors that are mainly benefiting from these interventions are largely Ministry of Education, the health sector, the energy sector, fisheries, health sector, and also finance. These projects are all geared towards improving the overall livelihood of the citizens of this country.
The one-day forum brought together World Bank-funded project officials to review their performance, particularly when the Gambia is looking forward to implement a new national development plan. Babukar Kamara, GRTS.
The Chief Justice has reaffirmed the judiciary's commitment to deliver fair trials. Babukar Hassan Jallow was speaking to GRTS at the Supreme Court complex, where 5 Gambian judges were added to the panel of justices. Sini Marena tells us more.
After 22 years of misrule, during which foreign judges aided and abetted a brutal dictator by using the judiciary as an instrument of suppression and oppression, Gambians are looking forward to an independent, impartial and strong body that will give justice its true meaning by upholding the rule of law through the equitable dispensation of justice. It's against this backdrop that the CJ is embarking on legal reform to transform the Gambia into a fully fledged democracy to facilitate social, economic and political development for its people. And now 5 Gambian justices have been appointed at the Supreme Court to preside over cases.
For the first time, we now have a full panel of 5 judges of the Supreme Court in that court for the first time. This is a significant occasion, not only just in terms of the Gambianization, but it also gives us the chance now for the Supreme Court to be able to function much more frequently than the 2 sessions it's been holding so far.
Chief Justice Jallow believes that an independent judiciary delivering impartial, effective and visible expeditious justice is indispensable for the maintenance of rule of law. And without adherence to rule of law, no community can attain sustained peace and prosperity.
Also get some of the institutions to start working well, like the Law Reform Commission, like the General Legal Council. There is a matter of law reform as well. All these things need to be addressed, and they are being addressed. They are receiving the attention of the legal profession as well as the government, and we are optimistic that over time the judiciary can be a very strong institution in the restoration of the rule of law.
The appointment of Gambian judges, according to the CJ, is historic. The Supreme Court of the Gambia, which commences sitting in a new session at the Supreme Court building in Banjul, is on a committed start to break from 22 years of judicial interference. During previous session, the court made a call of over 35 cases, 21 civil appeal, 6 civil suits, 2 civil review cases, and 6 criminal appeals were mentioned, and some matters adjourned for judgment. Seni Marena for GRTS News.
The National Assembly Select Committee on Local Government, IEC, and the Ombudsman on Monday toured the Bakote Dam site and Bakote Fish Market in Kaniping Municipality. Khadija Tujuwara went along and now reports.
At the Bakote Dam site, the chair of the committee, Musa Amul Nyasi, said the tour would enable them address the challenges at the said places. Nyasi noted that waste management should be everyone's concern. He identified waste recycling to generate energy as crucial to promoting development.
We have heard from the CEO, we have heard from the mayor, and I want to re-echo that the practice should start at the home level. Because if you sort out what is actually waste here and the sand that is collected from our homes, you will see that the actual waste is very, very insignificant.
Mayor KMC Yankuba Koli assured the community that their concerns will be addressed.
Waste management is everybody's business, from the producer to us, to the dump site. It's everybody's business. So everybody should take it as something that the person should involve him or herself to make sure that we make a proper way of keeping our waste and proper way of collecting it and proper way of dumping it.
The Chief Executive Officer KMC, Pa Khalifa Sanyang, encouraged the community to manage waste properly. He called on the people of Bakote to continue to cooperate with the council.
Councils have been operating for ages, and now it is important that we also get to realize that indeed the assembly are conducting their oversight functions. We are a local authority, and we are answerable to the people.
The assistant manager Bakote Fish Market, Buba Senghor, called for more fish vendors. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Khadija Tujuwara.
The Libyan Ministry of Foreign Affairs has condemned the exploitation of irregular migrants by some criminals who force them into servitude, as reported by the international media. A statement from the ministry said, such inhuman practices totally contradict Libyan culture and heritage. The authorities say a thorough investigation will be done, and if the allegations are found to be true, all those involved in the crime will be severely punished according to the law. Time now to take our first commercial break. The sports news is up next. Stay with us.
Carry your bank everywhere you go with the GT Bank Gambia mobile app. Take control of your account anytime, anywhere with ease and security. Do your banking the smart way with the GT Bank Gambia mobile app. Check your account balance, transfer funds, buy now cash power and mobile credit, withdraw money from our ATM and POS, and pay your bills, request for a Verve card or Visa card, check your Forex rates, and do so much more in just a few steps. Download the GT Bank Gambia mobile app today from Google Play Store or Apple Store. Do your banking the smart way. Do your banking now with the GT Bank Gambia mobile app. Terms and conditions apply. GT Bank, wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Lubesa bes, Lubesa bes. Nemoji for it. Hey, Lubesa bes, Lubesa bes. Nemoji for it. Hey, ma waxati. Ñëwal. Aka sakal lolu. Ñëwal. Aka neex lolu. Ñëwal. Neex na ci pancake. Ñëwal. Neex na ci buru. Ñëwal. Neex na ci tapala. Ñëwal. Tey moji fari. Ñëwal. Aka sakal lolu. Ñëwal. Lay lay la la. Moji fari. Xolal. Cas. Ma yëkati. Ba atan ngeen ko moji. Neex na ci pancake. Neex ci buru. Moji fari. Baax ci tapala ba baax ci seen fur. Moji fari. Réew mi dindaleen ko. Furiñ bi dafa neex lool sa sakal lool. Moji fari. Moji bu mu jëndee ba tey bonut. Moji fari. Moom lañu taamu ta sakal lool. Moji fari. Ak neex. Jënd leen ko. yéen ñu doon ut foriñ bu baax foriñ bu sakkan demal tey ca Moustapha J Diallo and Sons ca 61 OAU Boulevard bi tey it nga teg sa téléphone call leen ci 4227 566 wala it 9244 331 kon wala it nga dem ci seen makkaan ba nekk Pictine waa kër Moustapha
Welcome back. Senegal's reigning champions, Nyari Tali, concluded their pre-season tour in the Gambia after playing several matches against local and elite clubs in the country. Modu Lamin Sane watched their latest game against Sunday Football Academy in Manjai Kunda and filed in this report.
This encounter between Nyari Tali and Sunday Football Academy is part of the Senegalese Giants' build-up to the new football season. The team, which is currently on pre-season tour in the Gambia, is engaged in series of friendlies against local clubs in the country. Their latest encounter at the Manjai Park saw them beating Sunday Football Academy 3-2. The game proved to be a real test for the visiting team, who went into the break with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of Libas. The home side hit back with 2 second-half goals through Babkar Jallo and Cherno Sane.
Extremely happy because the boys are consistent and they played really well at their age and the average level they are. Well, quite impressive. They played really hard, although we managed to create chances, play the ball, but unfortunately the victory was not on our side.
Papis Bajan scored what proved to be the winning goal for the visitors, much to the delight of coach Landry Lopi.
I'm coming Gambia in team NJB for preparation hivernal pour season 2008 Senegal. Gambia is a good destination.
It's the motivation that is driving us, and we are not sleeping. We're 24/7 working. And we are working in terms of building the capacity, knowledge of the academy, technical staff. At the same time, we're trying to raise the awareness and the understanding of the players, how they have to, kind of get the ability, the knowledge of the game that they need to kind of demonstrate whilst they're on the pitch playing.
Sunday is one of the leading clubs in the country, helping in developing talents in the Gambia. Reporting for GRTS Sports, I am Mudlamin Sane.
We will take a look at news from beyond our borders right after this break.
dama wax ne ndaanaan ni réew mi la ñu bëgg a oo kana leen di oo Gamtel Gamtel a oote ci lan Gamtel nee na kër gu nekk war nga am internet ndax nag internet mooy dox soxla ji mooy dox dox ji mooy wax ji kon ñëpp war nañoo am internet waaye nag internet boo koy uti da nga koy uti ca fa nga ko war a utee foo ko war a utee ci ndeyu ñëpp ki nga xam ne moo boot communication yëpp moo jur ñëpp mooy kan Gamtel nee na promotion bu mag laa leen amal promotion boo xam ne bii delloo leen njukkal rek lay doon ADSL 2 plus internet dama ne internet bari na waaye bii internet la ñu wax kana ko indi Gamtel nee na nu may def ak yéen damay def ak yéen nag free installation téléphone line boo ko bëggee fii ba décembre ñu defal la free installation doo fay dara waaye ADSL installation free doo fay dara yow daal jëndal sa modem rek toog ñu defaral la ba mu baax lii nga xam ne mooy 512 kilobits bi daan jar $1005 yóbbu nañ ko ba $1000 ndax yéen waaye dama wax ne ñi nga xam ne ñoo fa nekkoon nag sax fa kenn fàttewu leen ndax nag ko la rek ginnaaw lay féete ma ne dala nga daan say benn weer sayal ñetti weer ñu defal la 20% discount sayal juróom benn weer ñu defal la 30% discount waaye at nag ñu defal la 40% discount kanamun di Gamtel oote na ñëpp jóg gaaw leen de promotion bi ñaari weer rek lay jël novembre ba décembre jeex ñoo emale ko fa rek daw leen bu leen ko kenn nettali uti leen ko dama ne jóg leen mooy ndey internet yi de moo tax ñuy wax de ki tax nga tax bu taxee ba nga tax foo ko rombee ne ko yaa tax ma tax te ki tax nga tax mooy kan mooy Gamtel.
And before we take leave of you, a recap of the day's main stories. The United Nations Regional Director on Governance and Peace Building in Africa Monday called on the Vice President, Aja Fatoumata Tambajang. Witnesses at the Janneh Commission has clarified issues surrounding the sale of Keraba Beach Hotel. Zimbabwe's embattled leader has refused to step down, despite pressure from his ZANU-PF party. And the Arab League has warned Iran not to intervene in the national affairs of its member states. Well, viewers, that was all in this edition of the News at 8. Join us at 10 for another bulletin. Until then, do stay with GRTS.